Hello, this is McD the Beast, and this is McD Sports 4 coming to you today with my NFL picks here for week 1 of the NFL season. Before I continue, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Please go to the channel. Great appreciate if you do that. Really try and grow the channel, so go ahead and do that. So let's get into these NFL picks here. 16 games. Can't so happy NFL is back. Starting tomorrow. So you're not gonna get this video until the day of. But let's get into it. We'll kick it off. Lions Chiefs, the Thursday night game. I know Travis Kelce is questionable. I know Chris Jones, it looks like that situation. It looks like he's going to at least miss week 1. With that being said, I got to go with the Chiefs here, minus 6.5. And this year, we're doing the picks by spread. We're not just doing it straight up. We're just going to do it by spread. And the spread that they give us here on ESPN's Pick'em. 6.5. I feel like with the Chiefs, I mean, Patrick Mahomes to me is just a lot better than Jared Goff. That's where it really comes down to. I think this has a chance to be a little more of a high scoring game. Um, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take the Chiefs here, minus 6.5. Next game, now to the Sunday games. Panthers versus Falcons. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Falcons here. And the thing with these NFL spreads is that these spreads tend to be close. Which means you're basically picking the winner. I do think the Falcons are gonna win this game. Um, the Falcons are my pick to win the NFC South this year. I do think overall, you look at the Falcons, they are to me they're the most well all around team. They proved that week 1 against the Panthers. And Bryce Young's first start, I think Bryce Young will be a good NFL quarterback, but I think it might take a little bit of time. I like the Panthers. I like the Falcons minus 2.5 to get the win here at home in the Georgia Dome. Next game, Bengals Browns. I went back and forth for this one. I'm going to take the Bengals. I'll admit this is a game where I could see the Browns winning. I know people are concerned about Joe Burrow. He says he's 100% to go. I believe that. I think the Bengals go ahead and win this game. Close game, but probably by at least a field goal, which means I got to take the Bengals minus 2.5. Next game is Jaguars Colts. Some people think that the Colts are going to be surprisingly good or surprisingly better than what a lot of people think. I disagree with that completely. I think the Jaguars have a chance to be one of the best teams this year in the NFL. I think they have a chance to have the best record in the AFC. I like the Jaguars minus 4.5 on the road to go into Indy and win the game. This is a game that I actually don't think is going to be that close. So go ahead and give me the Jaguars minus 4.5. Next game, Bucks Vikings. I went back and forth for this one. I think the Vikings win at the end. I went back and forth with the spread. I'm going to trust that the Vikings win this game. Well, I think the Vikings will win the game. I'm going to trust that the Vikings cover the spread. That's minus 6.5. I think that number is a little bit too big. I wish it was more at like 4.5 or 3.5. I think the Bucks are going to be a little bit better than what some people think. But with the game in Minneapolis, you gotta go with the Vikings here, minus 6.5. Next game is gonna be Titans Saints. Call me a homer if you want. I'm calling for the upset. I would take the Titans money line in this one. I like the Titans plus 3.5. Um, I don't trust the Saints this year. Derek Carr, say what you want about him, he's not that good. He really isn't. Dennis Allen, I think, is proven to not be a good head coach. I'm not high on the Saints this year. I think you're going to see that here in Week 1. The Titans, I think, have the much better head coach. I think they have the coaching advantage. Go ahead, give me the Titans plus 3.5. I actually think the roster is a bit better than what some people think with the Tennessee Titans. Next game is going to be Niners Pittsburgh. Niners Steelers here. Um, Great matchup here in Week 1. This is a game I did consider taking Pittsburgh straight up to win the game. I think the Niners win it at the end, but I'm going to take Pittsburgh plus 3.5. That's a little bit too much. If it was 2.5, I'll probably take the Niners. I think it's going to be a field goal game here. And I think it's going to be a little more low scoring stuff from like 2017 Niners. But I have a feeling Pittsburgh is going to hang around this game. I'm going to take Pittsburgh plus 3.5. Next game is going to be Cardinals, Commanders. Do I take the Commanders minus 5.5? I got to. I mean, the Cardinals are going to be bad this year, in my opinion. And the Commanders, do I think they're going to be really that? I don't think they're really going to be that good this year either. But I think they're going to be a lot better than the Cardinals. I like the Commanders to probably win this game by double digits. Honestly, go ahead, give me the Commanders minus 5.5. Next game, Texans Ravens. Um, this is a game where I'm actually going to take the Texans plus 9.5. Now, granted, I think the Ravens win the game at the end. That spread is too much, especially if you watch the Ravens play. A lot of their games tend to be low-scoring affairs. That tend to be one-possession games, and it doesn't matter who the Ravens face. That's how it kind of is with the Ravens. They call it the Raven way. Um, CJ Stroud, he's going to be starting his first ever game against the Ravens. That's going to be a tough matchup for him, but I believe in DeMeco Ryans. I think this Texans team is going to be ready to compete week 1. Excuse me. And I like the Texans plus 9.5. I think maybe you lose this game by a touchdown. Probably something low scoring like, I don't know, 17-10, something like that. But go ahead, give me the Texans plus 9.5. I have a sneaky feeling that they're going to at least cover here. Now to the 4 o'clock games. Packers, Bears. I'm taking the Bears minus 1.5. I have no faith in Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur with the Packers. If you watch McD Sports 4, you know that I am not high on Matt LaFleur at all. Um, so I think the Bears win this game. Do I think the Bears are going to be good this year? No, I think they're going to be better than 3-14 though. Get a big win at home against a rival. 1.5 points. Favorites. I'll lay the 1.5. The Bears win. Next game, Raiders Broncos. This is a game where I think it's a coin flip. I will go with the home team on the coin flip on the straight up. With that being said, I look at the Raiders. I think the Raiders are better than what a lot of people think. I'm going to go with the public here. The public has the Raiders, 58% Raiders at the plus 3.5. I'm going to go with the public. I kind of agree with this one. Raiders plus 3.5. Look at the Raiders. Overall, they have some talent on that team. The Raiders are not a bad team. So go ahead, give me the Raiders plus 3.5. Next game is going to be Eagles Patriots. I gotta go with the Eagles minus 4.5 here. I tried talking myself into the Patriots plus 4.5 week 1 at home in Gillette. I just can't. I think the Patriots are gonna be in for kind of a rough season. If you want my honest opinion, I like the Eagles minus 4.5. I think they could easily win this game by 2-3 touchdowns. If you want my honest opinion. Next game, Dolphins Chargers. This is the biggest blunder of the week, in my opinion, when it comes to Vegas putting together these spreads. And I'm going to be honest with you, I can't believe in the direction it's going. I think the Dolphins are the better team. I think the Dolphins should be favored in this game, if you want my honest opinion. I'm going with the Dolphins plus 1.5. It's all the way up to 3 points on FanDuel. I put money on this game. I like the Dolphins to win this game outright. Dolphins plus 1.5. They are the better team if you look at that roster. I know people are going to sit there and be like, oh, look at the Chargers. Same thing. Dolphins and Chargers, they always seem to have talent, but the Dolphins, I think, are the more complete team. I think the Dolphins are the better team. Go ahead, give me the Dolphins plus 1.5. Rams, Seahawks. I'm going to go with the Seahawks minus 4.5 here. I do think the number does worry me a little bit, I'll admit. This is a game where I could easily see the Rams go into Seattle and beat Seattle, and Seattle being a 1-year fluke from last year. But I'm going to trust Pete Carroll. I'm going to trust Geno Smith. They find a way to win this game, cover the 4.5 point spread, probably win a defensive matchup, uh, something like 20-14, something like that. Go ahead, give me the Seahawks. Now Sunday Night Football, Cowboys Giants. Give me the Cowboys minus 2.5. I do not believe in the Giants this year. I think the Giants, in my opinion, that was kind of a one-off. I mean, and listen, I'm high on the head coach Brian Dable. I get Daniel Jones guys money, which was well deserved in my opinion. I think the Giants are going to be in for a bit of a struggling year. Now, I think the Giants are still going to be competitive, but I do like the Cowboys minus 2.5 here. Um, I think this could be a 2-possession game when it's all said and done. Go ahead, give me the Cowboys minus 2.5. And then Monday Night Football, Bills, Jets. I feel I'm just gonna have fun with this one. I'm gonna take the Jets to win this game outright. So I gotta go Jets plus 1.5. I feel like the Jets are going to be looking to make a statement on Monday Night Football. I was not high on how the Bills were playing down the stretch last year. Maybe that continues a bit into this year with Stephon Diggs and all that. So, in that whole situation. So, I'm going to take the Jets plus 1.5. I believe the spread grew to 2.5 on FanDuel. So, but go ahead, give me the Jets. They find a way to win this game against the Bills on Monday Night Football. So how many points would be scored total? I can see the score. I can see the score. I'll give you a score prediction for the Jets and Bills. I like the Jets to go ahead and win this game. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 30-24. So that gets me at 54 points there. So 30 to 24 Jets. I think this is a game where you'll see some offense, you'll see some defense, but at the end, the Jets find a way to win that game. But anyways, comment down below. Tell me your picks. I always like hearing from you all. Thanks for watching. McD the Beast signing off.